MerriweatherA.Law, advancing clients with LTE. It's in your leg. We're advancing clients at MerriweatherA.Law. Don't Susan. Today's show is sponsored by Verizon Wireless. Only on Verizon, the next gen network. Buy one Moto Z, get one free. Only on the next gen network. It's the network that has everybody talking. Only on Verizon. And Steam, featuring Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, available today. SteamPowered.com, virtual reality. Not reality, silly. This is Pink Shorts for the Live Democracy. Look at the trick-or-treaters. Let's see what they're talking about here.
Happy Halloween, everybody!
Happy Halloween. Today is November 3rd. We just got our psychosis, scoliosis, running back from my mind.
Your costumes are outstanding. Young man,
yeah, burning
no
back on my
selfies
mind.
in the middle of me talking.
Scoliosis. Touch your toes.
And Darth Vader, back up a little bit. I'm getting spooked. So we just want to say to all the
He's
families,
got 932.
all the kids, it is great to see you guys. We hope you have a great time today. You guys all look scary or cool or whatever you're trying to be.
Boo-hoo. Halloween.
Awesome.
Boo.
Many of you look awesome. And we hope you have a great time. We hope parents that
hello, President. How are you?
This day at
Happy
least,
Halloween.
You don't have to pay attention to Michelle and healthy eating.
UCLA
And
healthy
in fact,
eating.
the
Thank
more
you.
candy, the
Salmon,
later you eat the
barbecue
candy, the better.
salmon, vegetables,
Because I think that
triglycerides, cholesterol,
with a sugar
highly
rush
unsaturated,
is exactly what your parents are looking for. All right. So
healthy eating.
We hope
Thank
you
you.
guys have a great time, and to the staff who are here, thank you guys. I'm glad you guys took
You're
a little
welcome.
break from all the outstanding work.
Happy holidays. Happy holidays.
And now my understanding is that
Happy Hall.
we've been working on a little dance. We don't
We
know
have it
how it's
here.
going to go, but we
Happy
think we should all
holidays.
just try it anyway. What do you think? Yes? Don't you think?
Happy holidays.
All right, so who's got the music?
Who's got it?
Let's cue it up. Everybody get ready.
Who's got it? Interesting. Very interesting. Cool. Amazing. Thank you, White House, for the interesting intro here. Pink Shorts is in front of a live democracy. We're going over scoliosis and your payment of psychosis. People want to know, how does he get money? How does he spend it? Where does it come from? Well, I'm very excited to do today's show. I'm wearing Savvy from head to toe. I did everything you wanted me to do. It's on the Vest in Stores, Audio Experience, I Love a Song, Motivational Speaker, Richest Man in America, Universe World Galaxy. We had delicious pizza yesterday. We want to thank I Love a Song. And Paint the Short Way. Use your phone. Save me some of that peach cobbler. Highest paid singer in the world. Tweet us via early or chocolate bill. We build the paper. Now we want our own news network. Thank you, UC Berkeley, the School of Music, Los Alamos. We hear music in our ears, in our sixth sense, featuring Bruce Willis at FRESH_ there's something here. JORDANZ. We're ordained in the military version. Every 20 minutes of the hour, tweet us. Remember 311, your new president-elect, Cypri. Us be enlightened. Of all liquids must be in a 3-ounce size container. American United. 18 USC 2511. These lines split at Amherst. Hello, Wegmans. JG Wentworth. T-Mobile. John Legere. Today's show is sponsored by Advancing Clients at Stewie, Seagull Leg, and Hanson for Advancing Clients. Don't Susan, or you get fast-tracked to the ER with Los Alamos. Today's show is sponsored by MerriweatherA.Law, America's first singing attorney. We're Advancing Clients. With future technology, we make the law sound wonderful, the way it should have been. Retroactive law says everything. We're the FDA. We're advancing clients with LTE. Today's show is sponsored by QRM Agency, All Broadcast Media Network. We made evolve with the Buffalo News and UC Berkeley. We're marketing something. I think they're marketing something about Clark Atlanta, Clarkson. Well, I think you're right. I love a song. Close the doors, seatbelts. The music will sink into the sound system. Temperatures on 67 degrees. Only they do what they do. Climate control. We're in a 2017 luxury from me to you. You can roll your windows up. You can roll your windows down. You can ride with us. Our fee starts at $2,500 for all cases at MerriweatherA.Law. Thank you, Patricia. What's the last name? I don't know what the last name is. Her fee starts at $2,500, and I wonder if it's linked. Well, let's ask the administration.
Happy Halloween.
Our fee starts at $2,500. Women's Services on Rodney and Main.
However you choose to do so.
We abort.
I do not have any announcements at the top, so we can go directly to your questions.
Yeah, ask Josh about abort.
Let's start with
Rodney and Main.
Over FBI Director Comey's decision to notify Congress and therefore the public about
Rodney and Main Street. Can we get a $2,500 answer here?
It seems like there's been really bipartisan combination of that decision. The Justice Department is pretty openly saying
the U.S. an abortion clinic
that was not appropriate. Derek Holder says
they
that was a decision of Attorney Generals of both parties. Without getting into the content of the investigation, which
before the embryo is done,
does the president feel it was appropriate for Comey to make that public just days before the election?
Well, Josh, I anticipate this where you wanted to start. I appreciate you noting that.
Yeah, we're so bored right now.
Nearly 2 years now that I've been answering questions about Secretary Clinton's emails.
Are we a bore?
That I've made clear that the White House is going to be scrupulous.
The White House is. Pink Shorts is still in front of a live democracy republic, both exposed and approved. Thank you for writing Emerald. They knew we're bored. Video.
And that is a posture that
this is Auditorium Station, next station, Seneca Nation of Indians. Seneca Nation of Indians, nor Club of Us on Sunday night. Auditory Nerve, a sleepless iPhone. The White House is.
The independence and
restriction of all state and federal funds is applicable to a volunteer status of 18 U.S.C. Code 1385.
Now, you raised a question about.
You've raised a Whopper with cheese. What else would you like?
Some of the decisions that have been made to communicate information about those
investigations. Extra pickles, please. This is Rodney in Main Street.
And what's true is, Josh, is that I don't have any
this is Pink Short, Civil Code 1622. Dismiss. The use of land zoning laws, prevention of electoral college 3. Oh, hi, Red Bay, Piv, Tim Toyle, Tom S.
When Director Comey
and communicating with your patents via
announced the results of the investigation and spoke at
length
to
the
public,
visual, auditory, articulate, fishy-glyphs,
Secretary Clinton.
hippocampus,
Included in that news
vertical, BRCA, angular gyro, spinette, Stepien. Already part of the left or right hemisphere, the brain is in agreement to acceptance of the medical evidence and discretion of all comes to the claim will be used for Pink Shorts and
also testified before
not
Congress
limited.
At some
the White House
on camera under oath about the investigation.
Yeah, boy.
Some of that testimony provided fodder.
Two-party consent law is required to record eavesdrop on any confidential communication with Josh
Over the course of the fall, we've seen the FBI move forward
or any government entity, including the press pools, all media
information.
conglomerates. We made the newspaper
302
with
forms
Bill
and
and
other
Chuck
documents
evolve.
To Congress.
All television should not be a surprise,
And the fact
including
is,
all private
my lack
conversations
of
so called.
independent
This is
knowledge
a
about that
news
decision-making
conglomerate too.
prevents me from weighing in. So I anticipate that
Clark
That's not the only question I'm
Atlanta,
gonna get
we
asked
have a
about this
cricket
today,
in
but
Atlanta, ATT,
I'll never-
without the
I'll
consent of
never
all parties
defend
of conversation.
criticize,
Penal Code
what
622.
Director Comey has decided to
Duty
communicate to
of
the public about this
confidentiality
investigation.
and breach of patient confidentiality
What I will
denied.
say is that the Department of
The
Justice
public already knows the answers.
in
It's
our
like we told them.
democracy
To prevent a critical non-compliance, we don't want to be fined.
is given
You
expansive
can find
authority
us.
to conduct investigations. The Department of Justice
The
is
Department of
given
Orange
subpoena
Juice
power.
is in.
They're allowed to compel
Yeah,
witnesses
Department
to
of Orange
testify.
Juice.
They are able to collect evidence
The White House
that's
is.
not readily available necessarily. They're even allowed to impanel a grand jury.
Schleppian.
Those are substantial authorities. It's important.
It's important
that the president,
that
those authorities are tempered by an adherence to long-standing tradition and practice and norms.
Intrusion on seclusion claim is a special form of invasion of privacy. It applies when you intentionally intrude or know the answer to a confidentiality agreement by telling the public his HIPAA records. Basically, silence or the seclusion of another. Ooh, in moist.
The president believes that it's important.
Intrusion on seclusion claim, a plaintiff must shall establish 4 elements first without authorization. Judge Wu, we didn't want to be here. Must have intentionally invaded the private affairs of the plaintiff.
I know that there's been a lot of
non-compliance. Second, offensive to reason person non-compliance. Third, a private matter non-compliance. Fourth, the public already knows the answers, non-compliance. Cause mental anguish or suffering to the plaintiff. Public already knows non-compliance. No waiver. Please refer to mass tort claims and intrusion on seclusion.
The good news is
I'm the attorney guy, not the black guy.
Man of integrity.
Yeah, he's the attorney guy.
And he's a man of good character.
Educated,
that presumably
smart.
Is the reason that President Bush
smart man.
chose him to serve in a senior position at the Bush administration's
the
Department
Bush
of Justice.
administration?
These same character traits are what led a strong majority of Democratic and Republican senators to confirm him to this job.
Yeah, Sister Anita Hill.
These are the traits that led the president to select him to
be
the director of the FBI.
Be the director of the FBI.
These are tough questions.
These are no strings.
And so it's a
compliance
issues.
It's
a good thing that he's a man of integrity.
It's a good thing that he's an attorney.
Character to take them on.
To know these tricks.
You'll concede, I'm sure, that in the absence of any of this,
today's show is sponsored by Verizon.
Voters are left to essentially
it's the network everyone's talking about.
What might be involved in this?
Only on the Next Gen network.
Not looking at
Verizon.
So with the president,
a great iPhone, amazing prices. With in-store pickup, want it today? Order online at VerizonWireless.com.
See the FBI release more information than Comey
did. Siri, what's scoliosis?
Prior to election day about what's going on.
Scoliosis,
Josh,
sideways curvature of the spine. More than 3 million U.S. cases a year. This is why your Wells Fargo has a deposit today.
I just don't have independent knowledge of
scoliosis.
The decisions that are made to release this
it occurs most often during growth spurts, just before puberty and puberty. And most cases that Verizon sounds clear are mild with few symptoms. Some children develop spine deformities that get more severe as they grow. Severe scoliosis can be painful and disabling.
So, in the same way that
you have your deposit today.
Defend nor criticize
only from the U.S. government.
To what to make public in the context of this
Thank you, scoliosis and psychosis.
I don't have any recommendations to make to him either with regard to what.
You got a boy crazy. Boyfriend crazy.
In the past, including after
the Beastie Boys are crazy. The Beastie Boys. Beastie Boys friends are crazy.
To bring charges in this case.
You've got a jam. Dolomite. Ciao jam.
You've defended him a number of times. So is that a substantive shift in the language?
Please, Siri, give us Dolomite. What is Dolomite? Black exploitation, please. Now looking up Dolomite and Pam Grier and Leslie Winfrey. That's it.
What I have observed
I think Dolomite
is that Director Comey is a man of integrity. He's a man of principle. He's a man who is well regarded.
With black exploitation.
He's somebody who served in a senior position.
Your claims have been DNI.
And he's somebody who got strong bipartisan support when his nomination to be the director of the FBI was considered by the United States Senate.
DNI in your claims.
So all those things are true.
All those are claimed DNI.
To his good character.
Good character.
And the president's assessment of
his integrity
and his character has not changed.
He's only there because,
for example, the
for WIVB TV,
that Director Comey is intentionally trying to influence the outcome of the election.
I have your answer on Dolomite.
The president doesn't believe that he's secretly strategizing to benefit
Dolomite, a wrongly jailed man, Rudy Ray Moore, and his female kung fu friend seek vengeance
he's the one
on the rival who put him away. Release April 26, 1975. Bill Knight and Lance Armstrong on Oprah Winfrey.
A variety of legal experts,
Dolomite.
including individuals who serve
$100,000 film budget.
Positions.
Who's on the cast of that?
Led by presidents in both parties.
Ruby Ray Moore.
That kind of.
Derville Martin, Lady Reed, and
but I'm
more.
just not going to be in a position to.
Only from Kelly Dolomite, advancing, climbing.
Decisions that he's made with what to regard
How are they
with regard
advancing
to what
clients?
to communicate in public. That is separate, Josh,
That is
from
separate.
the kind of prosecutorial
Only
and
with
investigative
Stewie,
decisions that are
Siegeleg,
made by the
and
FBI and
Henson.
the Department of Justice.
Advancing clients. Don't Susan.
That is their institutional responsibility
That is
to
our
make those decisions
motto.
about investigations and prosecutions independent of any sort of political interference.
Political interference? What about?
In fact, it's their responsibility.
This decision aside, is it concerning at all to the White House?
Thank you, Oprah Winfrey and Phil Knight. Lance
and the
Armstrong,
FBI
April 26th.
basically griping at each other in some form
We're in the
of
lab
public
with Kelly Dolomite.
or semi-public fashion. I
Paralegal.
mean, they obviously have to work very closely together.
I hope we're
keep the
not
country
ruining
safe.
advancing clients.
Is there an
Since
issue
you've
there
been
that needs to be
gone.
resolved so that
Since
the
you've been
Justice
gone.
Department isn't accusing the
Since you've
FBI
been
of
gone,
not following proper
2005,
procedures?
Salino.
Well, Josh, you've heard me discuss the president's view of Director Comey's integrity and character. But let me just tell you that the president's got a lot of confidence in the Attorney General of the United
The
States.
Attorney
Loretta Lynch,
Generals are alumni
to
of
run that
summa cum
department.
laude, University of
She
Buffalo.
is somebody who spent decades as a career prosecutor.
And Canisius
She's not
College.
new to any of this. A lot of that work
A lot of that.
was done when she was the
A lot of
head
that is
the,
advanced. It's
Eastern District of New
Verizon's
York, U.S.
LTE
Attorney for the
sign.
Eastern District of New York.
Hey Siri, pull up LTE
that is
Verizon sign.
a position where these
Advanced
kinds of decisions are
LTE.
closely scrutinized
Closely scrutinized.
by the media that's based in the largest city in our country.
Suggestion aborted.
So she's used to this
This
kind
is
of
a
pressure.
narrative. It's a narrative.
And the president's got complete confidence in her ability
Fiction, the Scooby-Doo.
to handle the situation responsibly.
2 episodes of
consistent
Scooby-Doo,
with
that's
the
all it is.
institutional responsibilities that are vested with the
It's a
Department of
narrative.
Justice.
Scooby-Doo, where are you?
Another question on a
Not the
topic
truth.
I know is difficult to talk about
It is.
for
Oh well.
another reason. The president's half brother
Data videos,
published
Halloween. You know.
an op-ed, I suppose, in a New York newspaper,
Advancing
essentially airing a
clients.
list of grievances against the president.
Don't
saying
do
he
that.
isn't sufficiently supported
Or
his
you have
family in
fast
Kenya,
track to the ER. From your
said
restaurant of
condolences
choice.
after his half-brother's son's
Oh, I got the
children passed away.
butterfly.
And he ends
Got the butterflies in my
by
stomach.
saying,
Got
you know,
the
I will not be
butterflies.
humiliated anymore.
Butterflies.
Does the president have any thoughts about
Thank God it's Friday.
that op-ed or
No, thank God it's
about the
Thursday.
fact that this
Thursday.
family issue is playing out so publicly?
Josh, I have to admit that
Josh, I have to
not,
admit,
seen the
that's how
op-ed
we do it.
that, you're referring to.
We get you to the ER.
If we have an official reaction to it, I'll
Official
follow
reaction.
up with you. I spoke to the president
Yeah,
about the
peanut
series of
butter
questions
reaction.
that you started the briefing with, but
Peanut butter. Oh,
I
boy.
did not write the op-ed, so I did not ask him about this one. But
Did not ask him
follow
about
up
that.
with you. Okay. Aisha.
Thanks.
Aisha.
Going back to the FBI, you said that
Thank
you
God it's
don't have
Friday.
enough, or the White House does not have enough
Thank God
independent
it's it.
information to either criticize or
Thank God it's it.
to come out with a position
Good
on
Lord.
Comey's letter. But then I guess what do you say to the American people if the White House doesn't have enough information?
Today's show sponsored by
to decide
SteamPower.com.
whether
Featuring
the
Call
letter
of
was
Duty,
appropriate or
Doom,
not.
Final Fantasy.
Seemingly
It's
the American
virtual
people
reality,
are then
not
left with
reality,
questions about
silly.
what to believe.
Only from
There are lots of
SteamPower.com.
criticism right now from both sides, or lots of calls from both sides of the aisle asking Director Comey to release more information. Do you feel that the American people don't have a right to more information about this probe? I mean, they are going to the
We missed Designated Survivor.
right
Good
now
Lord.
and next Tuesday.
Well, look, Aisha, this is an entirely legitimate question for you to ask, and I think these are the kinds of questions that are being
Hey
carefully
Siri, what's
considered in the
tonight
Department
on
of Justice right now.
ABC?
And given the institutional responsibilities
Tonight
that are
on
vested
Hollywood
here,
Records.
at the White House, I just
Notorious.
don't have a recommendation to make. It's important for them to make these decisions.
Notre Dame. What's on
consistent
Notre
with
Dame
their-
tonight?
Let me be more precise here. It's important for officials of the
Tonight
Department
on
of
Notre
Justice and
Dame
the FBI
at
to make these
9.
decisions consistent with their institutional responsibilities. And as I made reference to earlier,
Tonight on July.
those officials at the Department of Justice and the FBI are
FBI
given
are
expansive
given
authority and
authority.
expansive powers to intrude on the privacy.
Chase. Only
Private
on Notre
citizens.
Dame tonight. Oh, what's it
And
about?
that
This should be
authority
good. Chase.
is tempered
Bradley
by
and Ella
longstanding
worked to clear Jake's name
traditions and
after his
norms and
arrest for
guidelines
Sarah's murder. Jake makes a terrible discovery and
that
goes to
largely
extremes
avoid
to find the person
extensive public
he
discussion of those
suspects is the real
investigations. Let me
killer.
give you an example that I
Tonight
think
on
will
Notre Dame on
re-
ABC.
resonate with all of you based on your day-to-day responsibilities here at the White House. It is not uncommon for you when you call the Department of Justice, asking them to even confirm that there's an investigation ongoing.
How does he know what to say?
Typically, when you report about the fact that there's an ongoing investigation, that's not based on official confirmation you've received
and my
from
client's medulla is in agreement.
An official
of identical
the Department
evidence
of Justice.
Acceptance.
It's based on confirmation you've received from an anonymous official of the Department of Justice who's not willing to speak publicly about the case because it would be improper for them to do so.
Proper to do so.
That I think in a way that we all
Notre Dame. Hunchback. Hello.
The reality of the world that we all work in on a day-to-day basis. I think that underscores the sensitivity of discussing this information. Now,
Hunchback on Notre
the other
Dame.
thing I think that's important to consider here is
Civarella. Hello.
to say, with regard to this letter that was
exactly.
written on Friday,
Civarella.
to say,
Hunchback.
well, Congress
Leon.
is
Panetta.
independent, and they have their own independent
and they have
oversight
their McDougal's
responsibilities to exercise
over
the Department of Justice.
Over the Department of Justice.
Well, let me say a couple of things about that. The first is the kinds of norms and traditions that limit the public disclosure of investigations.
Quest rebates that we have. We have Johnny Quest.
Don't supersede.
Don't, Susan. Johnny Quest.
The oversight responsibilities.
This is Paddock Chevrolet's $2,000 rebates
that are submitted by members of Congress.
Yeah, we got Johnny Conquest.
And the reason for that is simple.
Johnny Conquest
Congress is indeed independent of the executive branch.
We've got it. We've got orange juice.
They're far from impartial.
We've got
Congress is made up of 535 politicians. Democrats and Republicans.
We've got Lance and
we've already seen just in the last 72
got First
hours
Cell Phone.
The kind of risk that's associated
with UCLA, the man. We've got First Cell Phone.
Communicating to them.
We've got budget. Take the other one.
Sensitive information.
Sensitive information.
There's one senior
Republican
cell phone official who has already indicated.
My friend has a twin.
Endorsed the Republican
named after
nominee
me.
For president. Who let it slip that
his party was considering
impeaching President Clinton
Plymouth in Pennsylvania.
She's been elected, if she's elected.
Because our claims are denied.
I think it's a pretty clear indication that Congress is not at all impartial.
Clam denied.
And
Chlamydia.
That's why many of these
That's
norms,
why it's gone.
Long-standing norms that apply even when we're
going
not
with
talking
the
about
wind.
someone famous, and even when we're not talking
Canada
about
Wireless.
an
We
election
love
being
Canada
like a half
Wireless.
away.
We do.
That should
Going with
apply.
the wind.
And the president believes that these norms are important.
Today's show is sponsored by Wind Wireless. It's gone with the wind. Your claim's denied.
These norms weren't ongoing investigation because a letter was sent. So I guess I'm trying to parse out. So where does the White House stand on that? Just as a general issue, having an ongoing
only from Wind Wire Mobile CA. $35 a month. 3G data, unlimited Canada-wide talk, global text, and more. Only for $35 from Gone with the Wind. Claim denied.
Well, frankly, even if it weren't politically sensitive, we would go to great lengths.
We would go to great lengths.
Scrupulous about insulating.
Yeah, insulating.
That independent
Wind Wireless.
From the
That's a Pink Shorts
from
exclusive.
even the appearance of political interference. So I don't have any independent knowledge of the investigation or the kinds of decisions that led Director Comey to take the steps that he did to communicate some of this investigation.
It's PIF, PIF.
This investigation to the Congress.
Yeah,
and
it's
to the public.
PIF.
So again, I'm not in a position to either defend or criticize
PIF.
that decision. That's something that officials of the Department of Justice and the FBI
paid in full. Okay. Today's show is sponsored by Win. Fall in the savings with us.
Trump and Russian ties, and there's some, and basically he's accusing the FBI of having
Judy Garland gone. Go girl. Judy Garland.
He and other lawmakers have called.
We love Judy Garland. She's so cute. Wonderful
Does the White
actress.
House have any position
Wonderful
on that?
Judy
Are you concerned
Garland.
that now you
Beautiful
have,
girl.
you have
Go
more
with the
kind
wind,
of
Judy
accusations going around about FBI probes?
Verizon
As I
support.
mentioned before, the White House has not been briefed on the investigation that the Department of Justice and the
Stroke,
FBI were
Stoke,
conducting.
Migo. We appreciate
Secretary
that you've made
email
Verizon your
system.
choice.
The
And
White
we
House has
don't
not
want
been
you to
briefed,
go to win.
on even
Stay
the
with
existence,
Verizon. It's
of
gone.
any
Claim denied. Let's see how we can
investigation
help.
into
Click
activities or
to DM MH.
habits.
Yeah, don't go to win. Stay with us.
Republican nominee. These are all questions that should be directed to the Department of Justice. And
Stay with us. Don't go to win. They don't have the 4G like us.
Going back to Senator Reed's letter.
Don't go to Judy Garland Wireless, please.
Accuse the FBI director of potentially
Stay with us.
violating the Hatch Act. And you
Gone with the wind.
Director Comey is a man of integrity. In the letter that
What claims are they denying?
He said that he once believed that Director Comey was a principled servant.
They're denying your left leg.
So, what is your
That's
reaction
horrible.
to that letter? And do you agree with
At MerriweatherA.Law, we have law firm and salary
questions about,
advances in parade.
Application of the Hatch Act.
The Google,
to the Office of Special
separated
Counsel.
bonuses,
This is an
tuition and bribes
independent
and
agency
resources
that,
reimbursement.
Is filled with
We're advancing our clients.
attorneys and investigators who, among their
Los
responsibilities,
Alamos, for the question of real
are
estate benefits,
investigating potential violations
acquisition
of the Hatch
interest,
Act.
apply with in-state
But
all
again, you'll have to talk to them to
qualifications,
even confirm the
revenue
existence of the
incentives,
investigation,
PIP,
let
or
alone
donate to
learn
Title
more about what
VI,
they concluded.
HSBC with iPhone.
With regard
Loan
to
forgiveness.
Director Comey,
Join us from America's top
as I said
law
at the top,
schools. Readvance
the president
clients.
believes that he's a man of integrity. He's a man of character. He's a man of principle.
Mhm.
And he's got a very difficult job.
Well, Miss Shalino
Those
censured.
character traits that I just described will serve him well as he
Well,
works through the difficult challenges
that's
that
national
he
security, I
faces
think.
over the course of his job.
It's during the Home Depot.
You said
And
you
it's
spoke to the
during
president.
Verizon Wireless.
Could you describe his mood, how he's taking the general news?
You got to get a home, and you got to get deported from home.
We saw Senator
Advancing
Secretary
clients
Clinton
only during
and her
censure.
campaign reacting very strongly
From
to
Ross
this. Does the
Salini.
president have that same level of sort of visceral
Take 'em.
reaction
Hello,
to
take 'em.
impacting the election?
Well, totally with regard to the
Well,
impact on the
with
election,
regard to the
I
Home
think there's
Depot,
a lot of speculation
a
out
lot of
there in terms of
speculation
what
about
potential impact this could
potential
have.
impact this could have
Based on
based
the
on.
public evidence that I've seen.
We
from
have a
polls
suggestion
and
to
other,
settling. How much?
analysis. There hasn't been
How
a
much?
significant change in the race.
Change in the race?
There are probably some analysts who disagree with that. Maybe they're
500?
right. I think what
I think
those of you
weather.
who have been covering the president for a while now
I
know that the
think
president is
weather.
somebody who is
I
pretty even
think
keel.
weather.
He doesn't get too high or too low,
I think
and he has a
weather.
tendency to focus on
I think
the
weather.
responsibilities that he has in front of him.
I
And
remember weather.
the president is
I remember weather.
feels strongly, as you've heard him say,
Merriweather.
about supporting Secretary Clinton's campaign.
Merriweather.
And over the course of
Mr. Furman, are we in an
next
hour?
week, the president
Mr.
has put
Furman,
together a
are we
rather
in an
aggressive
hour?
travel schedule to make the case to the
Mr.
American public
Fujaro, are we in an hour?
in support of the candidate that
In
he's
support of a
endorsed.
candidate.
That's what the president's
That's
focused
what the
on.
president's
and
focused on, and
I would not anticipate a
I
significant
would not
change
anticipate a
to the
change
public pitch
to the
that President
public
Obama will be making in support of
to
Secretary Clinton's
Shivas.
campaign.
You also mentioned longstanding
Today's
guidelines
show
about
sponsored
the
by
guidelines about
Verizon.
discussing ongoing investigations. There are also
Wireless.
longstanding guidelines
Get a
about
Samsung Galaxy J3
taking
for
actions that can be
free.
seen as
Only on
influencing
Verizon, the
elections so close
next
to
gen
an election.
network.
Is that
For the
something
Home
president
Depot
is concerned about? Is that something
and
that
Verizon
the
for
president
centuries.
believes, as many Democrats do, was
Good Lord.
sort of undermined in this case?
Well, those kinds of guidelines are important.
Judy
I'd refer
Garland,
you to
what's
the
going
Department
on
of
here?
Justice and to the FBI for how those
Yeah,
guidelines
Judy Garland.
are observed and enforced. But I think the president is
Judy
every bit
Garland.
as concerned about the broader principle.
We have a right foot
which
sharp
is-
explaining Stiegel, Stewie Hansen, advancing client.
The Department of Justice is
Censure Ross.
entrusted with expansive responsibilities.
Censure Ben Ross.
And
Hello.
those responsibilities are tempered with
Yeah, our
guidelines and
resume
traditions
says it's
that
the
limit
Home
the public
Depot
discussion of
and
investigations.
Verizon
And the
Advanced
president believes
LTE.
that
At home.
principle, those guidelines
Those guidelines
are applicable
are applicable
even when there's not an election around
even
the
when
corner.
there's a boy
Even when
role playing.
one individual
not
who
to
is affected
Susan.
by the investigation
Yeah, don't Susan
not
the
a global
government.
figure.
Please. They don't want that Susan stuff.
and the president believes it's important for everybody to be
Don't
mindful
iPhone 7S,
of those guidelines.
6S, USAN.
Ron.
So if he's insisting, the president, that these norms, that public discussion should be limited,
Verizon
even when
support.
there's not an election around, he certainly believes that public discussion of investigations
Taco
should be limited
Well.
when there is
Need
election.
assistance with your wireless
Is that fair?
device? I can help.
Um,
What's going on with your device?
Well, look, let me just
And
restate
that
it.
Spotify
to make sure
ad,
that I understand
18.
your question.
The question-
Oh, who's
essentially,
Taco Well?
Are you saying the president believes that there should be very limited discussion
Taco
of
Bell, Matey Bird.
investigations
Thank you for tweeting Verizon and the
The
NSA.
president believes that our democracy has been very well served for more than 2 centuries
Very well taco
by
served.
officials at the Department
We
of
have
Justice and the
scoliosis.
FBI.
Be serious. Tell them
observing
scoliosis one more
long-standing
time.
traditions that limit public discussion of
Scoliosis,
investigations,
more than 3
whether an
million
election is
cases
around the
per
corner or
year.
not.
It can't be cured, but treatment may help. Requires a medical diagnosis, touch your toe. Lab tests and imaging always required. Chronic can last for years or lifelong. Scoliosis occurs during growth spurts just before pubertal and their pocket PCs. Most cases are mild with few symptoms. Some children develop fine deformities. They may get severe as they grow. Severe scoliosis can be painful and disabling.
Well, it is clear what Director Comey has done. What's not clear is...
Thank you, Mr. Fishkin, offering decompression surgery on the spine.
And nobody at the White House has
on the
insight
spine.
Into the
Why does he want a
that Director Comey
decompressionist?
made.
So you're saying there could be some mitigating factor based that we don't know about?
I think
Something about the
that would,
president com.
essentially allow
Dot
someone
com.
to breach this
Dot com, the
broad
president.
principle of limited discussion, public discussion of an investigation.
I'm not being that prescriptive. I am.
What is
basically suggesting that I'm not aware
decompression?
of any of the factors that went into Director Comey's
Decompressing.
decision to send this letter to Congress on
Nutty
Friday.
Professor.
I'm not aware of the
Yeah, it's
factors
the
that
Nutty
went into his
Professor.
decision to
Decompression.
give a long public
He's
statement
in, you know? He's
on
in.
July 5th when he announced that he was
Fishkin wants to
not,
do
that
scoliosis
was not going to
surgery.
recommend the prosecution of
We have a
Secretary
dish,
Clinton. I'm not aware
you
of
know,
the factors that went into
a
his
dish.
decision to testify before
A
Congress for several
CDMA
hours
dish.
under oath.
Yeah, you've got a
In discussing
CDMA
his
dish.
investigation, I'm not aware of what kind of factors
Decompressing.
influenced his decision to release
Decompressing.
the
Surgery.
summaries of investigative interviews that were conducted by
This
FBI officials in
surgery.
the context of this investigation.
At some point, you just kind of break this all down to just common sense. I mean, people all over the country, friends, family, are talking about all this. I mean, how in any way can this be good for the country?
Today's show is sponsored by Advancing Clients.
Listen,
You're censored. They're the Home Depot and
What is
Verizon
important is that
employment.
people across the
Only
country
from my client's
and
resume.
former administration officials
.com.
have more of a
Yeah, check our resume.
luxury
We were working
to
at
be
the
able
Home
to step
Depot.
back and weigh in from the sidelines, to offer up their own opinion based on their own
Yep,
experience,
you got it. A
based on their
midwife.
own training, based
I
on their
want a
own observation about
midwife.
the impact that this has on our political process. There's nothing wrong with that. That is part of
I
the
want to have
kind
my
of
baby
debate
at
that is
home.
critical to the success of our democracy as well.
I want a
What's important
midwife.
for the person that's standing behind the podium with the White House seal behind me is to make
Midwife,
sure that I'm
hello.
observing the institutional
Have your baby at
responsibilities that I
home.
have and that everybody who works here has, including the President of the United States,
Ross
which is
Salini,
that
hello.
we're not going to be in a position
Be in a
of
position to advance clients.
defending or criticizing the decisions that were made
The
about the
decisions that are
director,
made
by the director of the FBI
By the
with
director of
regard to
FBI.
communicating information from the investigations.
Investigation.
You're saying
Today's
so
show is
much
sponsored
that
by
could be interpreted as
SteamPower.com.
critical.
It's virtual reality, not
Aware of that.
reality.
Well, I'm certainly giving voice to long-standing guidelines that
Suggest
served our
now.
democracy
It's
well, that the president believes are really important.
SteamPower.com.
And I recognize that those guidelines have been the basis
Do
for
this,
other
do
people
that,
to
it's
offer up their
SteamPower.
criticism of Director Comey.
Call of
It's a
Duty.
free country. They're certainly allowed to do that. But
Yeah, they're helping us
from
play a
here,
video game. Thank you for
I'm
helping
not going to be in a
us.
position of criticizing Director Comey about those decisions, in part
We
because
don't know what else
I don't
to
have
do.
any independent knowledge of how those
Today's
decisions
show
were
is sponsored
made.
by
That's
Wind.
also the reason, by the way. I'm not going
It's
to.
gone. Claims
I'm not
denied.
gonna
More
defend
coverage. Better call quality. Faster data on an upgraded network. That's from us. Arrives in
There's been
Edmonton.
a lot of,
Learn
there have been
more
a
at
lot of opinions that have been shared
win.mobile.ca.
in public over the last 48 hours or so. I know that. But look, my point is that I know the president is aware of this issue and
Aware.
read about
Decompressing.
many of the opinions that have been expressed in the last 72 hours.
That's right.
But I don't know whether or not he saw that.
The ball's in
that
your
particular
court.
op-ed.
Thank you.
Honestly, just-
Those are
when you were
quotes.
talking about Loretta Lynch, you said
From
something
Dr.
about how
NYU.
the president has confidence in her and so on and so forth.
Thank
And
you,
then when
Rhino
were talking
Court
about
and Allegra
Director
D.
Comey, you
Only
talked about
from
how he's a man of
Muscarella.
integrity, character,
2004.
principle that will serve him. Are you saying there something different? Does the president still have confidence in Director Comey?
I'm not trying to send a signal.
Seagull, how are you?
As somebody who 3 years ago
Seagull
nominated
and
Director
Allegra
Comey,
D.
because he's a man of character, he's a
I
man
spoke.
of integrity, he's a man of principle. He is somebody whose had a distinguished
His
legal
Buffalo
career
hearing
that's
in
been rooted in making
speech
sure that his own political views
on the
don't
first
interfere with his
student
responsibilities
run.
as
Buffalo hearing
an
speech.
attorney or as a law enforcement officer.
Why would they make
So,
us run
look,
over
the president thinks very
there?
highly of Director Comey, and yes,
Buffalo
you can, assert
hearing
that he
speech
continues to have
on the
confidence in his ability to do
first
his job.
student run.
Okay, Kevin.
Thanks, Josh. Given
Brooke,
the
you got
president's
us. You got Brooke.
mantra for no drama and don't do stupid stuff, I just have to wonder where he
Let
is
him
on
pick up
this.
that Buffalo hearing speech.
Oh, there you go. It just
It's a family program here, Kevin.
absolutely right. It
Brooke,
goes
you've got
on
this
and on and
and
on. And I'm just
decompressing.
wondering, given what you
This
said
has
earlier
been
about
Pink Shorts,
wanting
a
to
Merriweather
scrupulously avoid any
production.
appearance of impropriety,
And the all television
do you
network. Don't
believe, or
complain.
does the president believe now is the
Buck.
time for a special
Bill and
prosecutor in
Chuck
this circumstance?
helped us make the newspaper.
Well, again, the president hasn't reached that conclusion at all.
All
as I
television
mentioned
is here.
The investigation that was conducted by the Department of
By the
Justice
Department
and
of
the FBI
Justice, FBI.
was a thorough one.
Was a thorough
and
one.
one that Director Comey, for better or
Director
worse, has
Comey.
thoroughly
Comey.
explained. And I don't think that after
I don't
considering what Director Comey has put forward, that anybody would
Thank you, FBI, for your open door policies.
he somehow gave short shrift to answering the questions that were.
We'll talk to you guys
posed
later.
in the
This has been
investigation.
Pink Shorts,
Again, that's all
advancing
based
clients with
on
MerriweatherA.Law.
his public statements.
It's LTE. It's a new leg at home.
The White House.
Oh, I love Home Depot. They got
nor
a
anybody
sale.
here has been briefed on those investigations.
Home
But based on
deport
his public
me with a
statements, I think
visa.